If you're experiencing any roof issues, or you just want to educate yourself for the future, then chances are differentiating when a roof is improperly installed compared to other issues is probably at the top of your mind. Today, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about to see if you need to cash in your workmanship warranty. I'm Brandon Hafeli with Bill Reagan Roofing Company. Let's jump in. Sliding shingles. This is exactly what it sounds like. If shingles are sliding down your roof and they're out of place, then chances are they were improperly installed. Now, there are exceptions to this. The margin for error gets slimmer and slimmer the steeper of a pitch your roof gets, and when you get to a mansard roof or a 90-degree angle roof, then sometimes, even if it was nailed perfectly, the shingles can still slide just because of elements outside of the roofer's control. However, if it's not a mansard roof, then chances are it was improperly installed. Poor attic ventilation. Anytime your attic isn't properly ventilated, your roof is not going to last its full lifespan, period. Now, the way you can tell this is by going into your attic, and if it's way too abnormally hot in the summer, or if your decking is sweating, that is, condensation is forming on it and it's starting to rot, that's a telltale sign that your attic is not properly ventilated, and that needs to be fixed. If you don't see any direct damage, a good way to test your attic ventilation is if you have a hot day and a cold night and the temperature changes fast, then count about an hour after the temperature changes to the cold part of the night and go in your attic. If it's still hot like it was in the day, it's not properly ventilated. But if it's cooled down considerably to match the outside temperature, then it's properly ventilated. Now, a reputable roofer, if they notice that your attic isn't going to be properly ventilated, they'll at least try to give you a warning before anything. Now, you're free to deny that, but if the roofer has never even mentioned anything about poor attic ventilation and you're experiencing just that, then it was definitely an oversight on the roofer's part, or even worse, they just didn't care. Popped nails. The two main things that a contractor needs to get right in order to properly drive a nail into your roof is to hit it at the right angle where it's straight on the roof, and to make sure they use the appropriate amount of pressure. A method used much more seldomly nowadays, but used to be used all the time, is manually driving in nails with a hammer. You're much less likely to experience errors with this method because every nail has to be done manually and with proper care. The second method is air guns. That's used much more commonly today, and the installers have to set the appropriate amount of pressure for the nails, else they risk overdriving or underdriving each nail that they drive in. Now, with there being hundreds and hundreds of nails installed into even smaller roof systems, there's bound to be a couple problems. However, if you're experiencing a ton of the same type of nail issue, an under or overdriven nail, then that means the air gun wasn't calibrated properly, which is an installation error. Bad weather conditions. This is the simplest one to spot. If your roof is ever being installed in the rain or the snow, it's going to have problems, period. No contractor worth their salt should by any means ever install it, even if it's just a light rain outside. Something not as dire but still important to consider is the temperature outside, not only for the health and safety of the crew installing the roof, but for the materials themselves. In extreme temperatures, they'll break and crack much easier than at a moderate temperature. This used to actually be standard for shingle manufacturers. Under the manufacturer's instructions, it required them to be installed under certain temperatures, or else it would be considered an improper installation. Now, for most manufacturers, that's not the case anymore. However, the materials are still liable to break if they're installed in cold temperatures. For reference, the ideal temperature to install roof shingles is somewhere between 32 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, or 0 and 32 degrees Celsius. Common problems not caused by improper installation. Now, there are also some very common roof issues that some people can mistake for improper installation, but actually aren't. Some of those popular issues include granule loss, shingles tearing off, and two big ones are leaks coming in through mortar joints in your chimneys, or leaks happening around windows. Now, most of these signs are problem-based, meaning you're not going to notice them until they actually start becoming a problem. So if you just want that peace of mind to make sure that your roof was installed properly, you can always hire a good and reputable roofing contractor to inspect the roof and ensure that the quality is up to par. For more information on how to do that, click on the link below or at the end of this video, and watch our video on the 8 questions to ask a local roofing contractor. I'm Brandon Hafeli with Bill Reagan Roofing Company, and thank you so much for watching the Roofing Channel. If you want to help a smaller channel like us grow, then consider liking and subscribing. It really helps us out. And if there are any ideas that you want to see covered in a future video, then leave a comment down below. We'll see you next time.